A deep-sea camera captures what no one was supposed to see in the depths of the ocean. It's safe to say there's some seriously weird stuff lurking around. While we already know about many strange sea creatures, scientists believe there are countless more waiting to be discovered. Here are 20 mysterious underwater creatures caught on camera. Number 20. Shapeshifting whalefish. Scientists don't come across shape-shifting whalefish off the coast of California every day. According to the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, they've only been seen 18 times in the last 34 years of deep-sea investigation. Recently, the institution's senior scientist and marine biologist Stephen Haddock and his crew, piloting a remote submarine, discovered a brilliant orange female whalefish 2,013 meters deep outside of Monterey Bay. According to the Research Institute, the institution tweeted, "Whalefish have rarely been seen alive in the deep, so many mysteries remain regarding these remarkable fish. We uncover more mysteries and solve others with each deep-sea dive." The animals were discovered in the Midnight Zone, the greatest living region between the ocean's daylight levels and the deep bottom, which is home to Earth's largest ecosystems. According to the Smithsonian Ocean Team, whalefish, which were initially identified by two Smithsonian Institution scientists in 1895, adopt three significantly diverse shapes during their lives and were once considered to belong to other fish families. The Sodomity family includes three types of fish: tapetails, big nose, and whalefish. According to the Smithsonian, when tapetails mature, they take on two distinct forms: pig nose or whalefish. Big noses have scales covering every part of their bodies, and their lips shrink to the point where their jaw bones waste away and their noses balloon upward. According to Live Science, their intestines, esophagus, and stomach shrivel and vanish since they don't eat. Their chest cavity is then filled by their sexual organs and a gigantic liver as an energy store. The animals gorge themselves on microscopic crustaceans to maintain their energy levels. Number 19. The Tonius. This incredible video depicts a deep-sea squid belonging to the species Tonius. These bizarre, translucent creatures are commonly discovered 300 meters beneath the surface, floating in the cockatoo position with their arms up, as we see here. The enormous front-facing eyes of Tonius squids, which can spin in different directions to find food, make them highly identifiable. Tonius is a tiny glass squid genus. Although just 3 species have been identified, it has been hypothesized that there might be as many as 5. The glass squid, Tonius borealis, belongs to the genus Tonius and may be found in the Pacific Ocean's North Pacific. The hue of Tonius borealis ranges from clear to dark purple. They have tentacles or arms with 2 suckers per row on each arm. The tentacular arm armature has 4 hooked suckers per row, 1 or 2 large hooks on the medial suckers, and several small cusps. The maximum mantle length is 45 centimeters. Their natural habitat ranges from mesopelagic to bathypelagic depths. Shrimps, tiny fish such as myctophids, and other squids are their main source of food. Whales, sharks, and squids are among their predators. Number 18. Giant spider crab congregation. Thousands of giant spider crabs gather every year in the waters of Port Phillip Bay off the coast of Melbourne, Australia, as they shed their old skin to allow for development and the formation of a new shell. According to Museums Victoria, molting can take up to an hour, and all the crabs in an aggregation molt almost simultaneously. The crabs are less likely to be eaten by predators if they are grouped together, according to the organization. From claw to claw, the Japanese spider crab has the longest leg span of any arthropod, measuring 12.1 feet. Apart from its enormous size, the Japanese spider crab is unique in a number of aspects. The pleopods of the males coil in an odd way, and the larvae appear to be primitive. It is said to have a compassionate demeanor despite its fearsome appearance. It also has a 103-minute molting activity that involves the crab losing movement and molting its shell before molting its walking legs. Giant spider crabs employ camouflage and their protective exoskeleton to shield themselves from larger predators like octopuses. The rough shell of the crab mixes in well with the rocky ocean floor. A spider crab will cover its shell with sponges and other creatures to contribute to the illusion. Number 17. Weird sea creature found in Baltic Sea. An unusual discovery by German dockers has caused quite a stir on a video-sharing website. Billowing like a fleshy and repulsive pillowcase with tentacles, the video, which was previously uploaded to LiveLeak, appears to depict what has now been characterized as a strange sea creature and has caused considerable anxiety among watchers. Some skeptics, on the other hand, have dismissed the beast as a floating pair of intestines. A writer for Deep Sea News has also claimed that the creature is made up of entrails, describing a double layer of membrane that contains blood vessels, lymph vessels, and nerves and connects the 2 parts of the small intestine. But how can the pulsating motions be explained? Do you believe abattoir employees have started dumping media offcuts and ports despite the awful brigade's protests? Is it more likely that the large bucket of goop contains some kind of water-based alien? Number 16. Halletrefs Massie jellyfish. Halletrefs Massie, often known as the firework jellyfish on the internet, is a deep-water hydrozoan of the Halletrefs family. The jelly was discovered at a depth of 1,000 to 5,000 feet at the Revillagigedo archipelago off the coast of Mexico's Baja California peninsula. Despite the lack of information on this species, research shows that Halletrefs Massie may be found in a variety of aquatic environments. The hydrozoan has been discovered in temperate and tropical seas in the Atlantic, Indo-Pacific, Antarctic, Mediterranean, and Eastern Pacific Oceans. This hydromedusae is bathypelagic in nature. The bathyal zone, also known as bathypelagic, is a section of the open ocean that stretches from 3,300 to 13,000 feet below the ocean surface. It is located between the mesopelagic and the abyssal pelagic. The average temperature is around 39 degrees Fahrenheit. The bathyal zone is less heavily inhabited than the photic zone, although being larger in volume. Because this zone receives little sunlight, primary production, if any, is essentially non-existent due to the absence of sunlight required for photosynthesis. There are no known phytoplankton or aquatic plants in this zone. Because of this, it is known as the midnight zone, sometimes referred to as the twilight or dark zone. Now it's time for today's topic. In April 2025, a deep-sea research team from Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution launched an autonomous submersible off the coast of Reykjanes Ridge, an active volcanic zone in the North Atlantic. The mission's goal was simple: document geothermal vent activity at 3,000 meters below sea level. But what the submersible's high-resolution camera recorded has since been quietly buried, until now. The footage, leaked by a junior technician, shows a towering, humanoid figure emerging briefly from the darkness. Slender, translucent, and gliding without visible propulsion, the creature passed in front of the camera for a full 8 seconds. It had no apparent eyes, only dark hollows, and its rib-like torso seemed to expand and contract, as if breathing. Upon reviewing the footage, the marine biology team was allegedly instructed to classify the discovery as equipment artifacting. Several internal emails suggest government entities may have intervened, citing national security and psychological risk. Despite efforts to scrub the internet, still frames of the figure, now dubbed the Abyss Watcher, have surfaced on obscure forums. Experts who've seen it privately admit it resembles no known species, past or present. One thing is clear: something conscious may be living far below, watching us, waiting. Number 15. An underwater alien colony. This occurs as a result of the algae's photosynthesis, which releases oxygen. It is caught in the weed's airtight net. A wide and diverse collection of photosynthetic eukaryotic organisms is referred to as algae. It's a polyphyletic grouping made up of species from many different clades. The species included in the study vary from unicellular microalgae like chlorella, prototheca, and diatoms to multicellular forms like the giant kelp, a huge brown alga that may grow up to 160 feet in length. Most are aquatic and autotrophic. They produce their own food and lack several of the cell and tissue types seen in land plants, such as stomata, xylem, and phloem. Seaweeds are the biggest and most complex marine algae, whereas Charophyta, a category of green algae that includes spirogyra and stoneworts, are the most complicated freshwater algae. There is no universally recognized definition of algae. Algae have chlorophyll as their primary photosynthetic pigment and lack a sterile covering of cells around their reproductive cells. According to one definition, algae have a growing number of industrial and traditional applications in human society due to their diverse range of types. Traditional seaweed farming techniques have been practiced for thousands of years in East Asian food cultures. Number 14. River monster filmed in China. Just below the murky surface of the Yangtze River, a strange serpentine creature was spotted slithering down Asia's longest river, and viewers are split on what it could be. The strange film shows the sea monster creeping just beneath the murky surface of the Yangtze River in Ichang, Hubei Province, central China. It looks to be at least 10 feet long, with a hump-like characteristic on the rear of its skinny body. The mysterious animal was spotted within the Three Gorges Dam Scenic Area, which is a popular tourist destination for river cruises, according to reports. With a length of 6,300 kilometers, the Yangtze is Asia's longest river, flowing eastward virtually the entire length of China before emptying into the East China Sea. Since the video of the Loch Ness monster became viral, it has been seen by almost 2 million people. Why is every image of a mysterious monster always so blurry? One wondered. Perhaps it's a large piece of floating trash, suggested another. That has to be a water snake, said a third. And it's possible that the last answer is the most plausible. Burmese pythons are often found in China and may reach the size shown in the video. Despite its preference for land, the snake is an excellent swimmer. Ichang forestry officials, on the other hand, have yet to comment on the creature's possible identity. Number 13. Bloodbelly comb jelly. The blood-bellied comb jelly preys on deep-sea organisms that can bioluminesce or make their own light. The transparent predator must hide its stomach, or else its most recent meal will light up from the inside out, alerting potential predators to its whereabouts. The vivid crimson that gives this comb jelly its name actually helps it conceal from its predators, since its red is practically undetectable in the deep-sea water. Siphonophore, not real jellies, are the bloody-bellied comb jelly's proper name. They travel across the water by beating their shimmering, hair-like cilia, just like other comb jellies. The hue of this mesopelagic jelly varies from deep red to purple to black to pale purple. The animal's bioluminescence may be hidden by the rich hue of its belly to keep predators at bay. It has a dazzling iridescence on its combs, which are rows of cilia on its body. The length and width of the specimen studied ranged from 1.5 to 16 centimeters in length and 1.2 to 10 centimeters in width. Comb jellies do not sting and are not genuine cnidarians, according to current research. In reality, experts have no idea who the forebears of comb jellies are. Number 12. Bizarre deep-sea fish. When scientists go out to explore the depths of the ocean, they expect to come upon strange organisms. Even experts on occasion are caught off guard by their findings. That's precisely what the Nautilus, an underwater exploration vessel, saw while exploring the Papahānaumokuākea Marine National Monument. In the frame of their camera, they noticed a strange creature. The scientists marvel at the creature and speculate about it for 2 minutes before determining that this strange black blob was actually a rare gulper eel. Nearly 1.5 million people have watched the incredible footage. "What is that?" inquires one scientist. Another remarks, "Looks like a muppet." The team's camera approaches the animal gently. That's when things start to get strange. The animal's body is round and bloated, with a long, slender tail extending from the back. One researcher wonders, is it engorged? Or is it like that because of its peculiar luck? "I think he ate too much," one person says. The camera then zooms in closer to reveal the animal's face, which has a pair of creepy googly eyes on it. Things grow much odder when the animal inflates its body like a balloon. One of the witnesses speculates that the species may have done so to fend off predators, similar to how a cat may puff up its tail. They suggest that the animals observing it would feel endangered and swim away. Number 11. Clown frogfish. Antenarius maculatus, often known as the warty frogfish or clown frogfish, is a saltwater fish with the scientific name Antenarius maculatus. Clown frogfish is a deep water species that belongs to the Antennariidae family. Warty frogfish, often known as clown frogfish, may reach a height of 15 centimeters. Clown frogfish, like the rest of its family, has a visible, extendable body with soft skin covered in tiny dermal spinules. The clown frogfish's skin is covered in numerous small wart-like protuberances. Its massive face helps it to consume animals of any size. Because of its living habitat, it has a wide range of colors. Clown frogfish may change color and pigmentation patterns in a couple of weeks, blending in with the surroundings and even turning plain white during coral bleaching episodes. The primary hue, on the other hand, shifts from white to black, with relative concentrations of cream, pink, yellow, red, and brown, as well as dark round spots and saddle. Some specimens with a lot of staining can be easily confused with the Antenarius pictus next to them. These characteristics can aid in the identification of these A. maculatus. All A. maculatus have red or orange edges on their fins and a spike in saddle bleach. The latter might occasionally originate at the edge of the eye. Number 10. Christmas tree worms. This year, Spirobranchus giganteus, often known as the Christmas tree worm, will not be devouring your fir tree. These worms' popular name is derived from their appearance rather than their habitat or nutrition. 2 vividly colored crowns sprout from each worm's tube-like body. Radials or hair-like appendages that radiate from the worm's central spine make up these Christmas tree-like crowns. These appendages are needed for breathing and catching meals, which are mainly tiny plants floating in the sea called phytoplankton. These worms are sedentary, which means they don't move much once they've found a site they like. While the worms' beautiful crowns are visible, the majority of their bodies are encased in tunnels that they bore through living coral. Christmas tree worms quickly withdraw into their tunnels when frightened, sheltering from would-be predators. Christmas tree worms are available in a rainbow of hues. They're not very large, measuring approximately 3.8 centimeters in length on average. These worms, on the other hand, are immediately identifiable due to their particular shape, attractiveness, and color. They're among the most well-known polychaetes, or marine burrowing segmented worms, on the planet. Number 9. Alien-looking creature transforming near ocean floor. At over 3,700 feet, scientists are experimenting with the mysteries of the sea. Researchers are constantly looking for new discoveries in the ocean. Every new piece of knowledge about the secrets of the bottom adds to the potency of the expeditions. The scientific community is currently debating the significance of such a discovery. The unusual species discovered in the Indian Ocean is the current topic of conversation. According to experts, it seems to be an extraterrestrial organism at first view. On social media, images of the occasionally shifting creature are extensively shared. The footage from 2013 has resurfaced as a topic of conversation on social media. A cutting-edge remote control system was used to capture the footage. The strange-looking creature was discovered in the Indian Ocean at a depth of 3,753 feet. This critter appears to be a lemon squeezer at first glance. The creature is seen floating in the water for a while, then transforming into a ball and swimming like an owl to another location in the video. Number 8. Vampire squid. You were incorrect if you believed one vampire beast under the water was enough. Nature didn't stop at a vampire fish to haunt our dreams. It also put a vampire squid down there to make things even more crazy. To be more specific, it is classified as Vampirotuthis infernalis in scientific terms, which translates to vampire squid from hell. Just to be sure we're all on the same page, it's actually half squid, half octopus, but it's quite unique. Let us be grateful for it living down there and not up here. It has crimson eyes and dark webbing that resembles a vampire's shroud. However, it isn't actually a vampire, preferring to eat trash from dead animals rather than suck in blood, or so the vampire spokesperson we talked with stated, anxiously wiping something crimson off its lips with a paper towel. Told us that it was only ketchup. Another interesting characteristic of this creature is that its body is covered in photophores, which are light-producing organs that make it glow like a Christmas tree. It can also defend itself by ejecting a cloud of bioluminescent mucus, which is really interesting and also disgusting. Number 7. Loch Ness Monster in Alaska. A brief video of a weird thing found in Fairbanks, Alaska's Chena River, sparked a slew of wacky speculations online. Some are referring to it as an ice monster, evoking the Loch Ness Monster folklore, while others speculate that it might be anything from a giant Arctic crocodile to a zombie salmon. An employee of the Alaska Bureau of Land Management in Fairbanks was checking the ice on the river when he observed something going up the river and grabbed a camera to capture the bizarre sight. It appeared to be ice chunks, yet it moved in a side-to-side manner. Some wondered if the black shadow cast beneath the cold surface was a monster. Our employees didn't look into it. On its Facebook page, the Bureau of Land Management Alaska noted, "It's kind of far out in the middle of the river." This video was captured just downstream by our BLM Fairbanks district office. We have no idea what it is. We're going to leave it up to you to decide. Since it was released last week, the video has been seen over 380,000 times and shared approximately by 4,000 people. Some speculated that it was a bull shark, an Alaskan sturgeon, or a bee gator. Others think it wasn't an animal at all. Number 6. Magnapina Squid. Mike Vecchione, curator of cephalopods at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, is no stranger to questions concerning mysterious deep-sea species. In 2001, though, he received a call that piqued his interest. A woman in Louisiana revealed a strange, enormous squid that her boyfriend had recorded in the Gulf of Mexico while remotely controlling an oil company truck. That's got to be a giant squid, Vecchione reasoned, a mysterious animal that researchers had been attempting to photograph alive for decades. The film, however, did not show a big squid. Vecchione had never seen or heard anything like that before. A squid with long, spindly arms bent abruptly before hanging down into the darkness like ghostly gossamer, hung by undulating fins far bigger than its body. I jumped out of my chair and started yelling profanities because I knew it was something completely different, recalls Vecchione. The mystery squid has been recognized and given a scientific name, Magnapina, better known as the big fin squid. In the 2 decades afterward, its elbowed, slender arms and unearthly visage have also attracted other nicknames like the long-armed squid and daddy long legs of the ocean, and recently, ghost of the sea, as described by squid biologist Sarah McAnulty. Number 5. The mysterious ghost shark. For the first time in the Northern Hemisphere, footage of an elusive ghost shark, whose face seems as if it were sewn together in a Frankenstein-like fashion, has been recorded on video. "It's a bizarre-looking fish with a pointed snout," said Lonnie Lunston, a senior researcher technician at Mbari in California. "It has a long, pointed, tapering tail, relatively large eyes, and it's almost entirely grayish-blue. They feature a large head and a single gill hole, and their bodies are elongated and squishy. They may grow up to 150 centimeters in length, which includes the long tail that certain species have. This note of several animals has been transformed into an extended sensory organ. Ghost sharks are cartilaginous fish, meaning their skeletons are made of cartilage rather than bone, much like their relatives, sharks and rays. Their sensory organs, including the lateral line system, allow them to detect vibrations and movements in the water, making them highly effective hunters in the deep sea. These creatures are rarely seen because they inhabit depths of up to 2,600 meters, where light barely penetrates and conditions are extreme. The ghost shark's unique appearance and adaptations have made it a subject of fascination for marine biologists, who are eager to learn more about its behavior and ecological role. Researchers believe that studying these elusive creatures could provide valuable insights into the evolution of cartilaginous fish and how they have adapted to life in the deep ocean. The discovery of the species in the northern hemisphere expands its known range and raises questions about its distribution and population dynamics. The unusual deep-sea species, also known as the pointy-nosed blue ratfish and dubbed a ghost shark because of its look, had its video premiere when researchers filmed it using remotely operated underwater vehicles off the shores of Hawaii and California. The recordings, which total 6, are the first proof that this species of ratfish existed in the northern hemisphere, according to Lunston. Number 4. Barrel-eye fish. This spookfish is another name for the barrel-eye fish, which could give you an idea of what kind of fish we're dealing with. This does not imply that this fish is a CIA operative. It's a different type of spook, as in a creepy-looking fish with strange eyes. The eyes are barrel-shaped, as the other name implies, and they face directly upwards, which is even stranger. This fish doesn't need to watch where it's going. It only has to gaze up to see what's going on above it. This permits them to hide on the bottom and keep an eye out for any prey that comes too close. Then, they attack it before it can flee. The transparent dome over their head allows their upward-facing eyes to remain protected while still providing a clear view of their surroundings. This unique adaptation helps them spot bioluminescent prey, such as small jellyfish or plankton, in the dimly lit depths of the ocean. Scientists believe that the barrel-eye fish's ability to rotate its eyes forward is a key evolutionary trait, allowing it to track prey more effectively during an attack. The fish's body is small and delicate, making it an expert at conserving energy in the nutrient-scarce environment of the deep sea. Its strange appearance and behavior have made it a subject of fascination for marine biologists, who continue to study its role in the deep-sea food web. Despite its eerie look, the barrel-eye fish is a master of survival, perfectly adapted to one of the harshest environments on Earth. They can then simply swivel their eyes forward and continue if necessary. This fish's family name is Opisthoproctidae, which is Greek for behind anus, which is a whole other aspect of the strange fish that we won't go into here. These fish are also renowned for being thieves that would take food from other fish. So if you see a lot of them, you know you're in a terrible part of the ocean and should get home before nightfall. Number 3. Pacific viperfish. The Pacific viperfish is a predatory fish that dwells in the bathypelagic zone, which is located between 1,000 and 4,000 meters below sea level and has an average temperature of 4 degrees Celsius. The Pacific viperfish, on the other hand, has been discovered in the mesopelagic area above the bathypelagic. It can be found between 200 and 5,000 meters below the ocean's surface. During the day, it swims up to shallower depths of less than 200 meters at night, where there is more food. Pacific viperfish eat mostly fish, although they will also eat crabs, plankton, shrimp, tiny fish, and even larger fish on occasion. Myctophids, often known as lanternfish, are the principal fish they eat. The Pacific viperfish is one of 9 species that make up the Calliodus, or viperfish, genus. The Pacific viperfish is the biggest of the species, reaching lengths of up to 1 foot and being regarded as an example of deep-sea gigantism for its size. The Pacific viperfish is considered one of the most aggressive deep-water fish. In life, they have iridescent dark silver-blue fins and are iridescent dark silver-blue in hue. They can also have blue fins and have a pale black hue. The Pacific viperfish have ultra-black skin to limit the reflection of other bioluminescence around them, allowing them to blend in better in the deep water. The viperfish's super-black skin minimizes the amount of light reflected from its body, which scatters the light utilizing melanosomes in its skin that are tuned for low reflectance. The Pacific viperfish may be easily identified by its jaw and tooth curve. Number 2. Fang Tooth. More proof that the deep-sea ocean is not a place you want to be. You have creatures like the Fang Tooth swimming about. In addition to the severe cold, darkness, pressure, and lack of air, this is another big pair of razor teeth with some fish connected to it. Like his companions the anglerfish and viperfish, however, amid the deep darkness of the ocean floor, they're not as large as some of their neighbors. They're only around 6 inches long, so they're great at hiding in the quasi-eternal abyss of bleakness and terror. Despite their small size, their oversized teeth are proportionally the largest of any fish, making them look far more menacing than they actually are. These teeth are so large that the Fang Tooth has special sockets in its skull to accommodate them when its mouth is closed. Their diet consists mainly of small fish and crustaceans, which they hunt using their highly sensitive lateral line system to detect vibrations in the water. Fangtooths are also known to migrate vertically, moving closer to the surface at night to feed and returning to the depths during the day. This behavior, known as deal vertical migration, helps them avoid predators while maximizing their chances of finding food. Their ability to survive in extreme conditions, including crushing pressure and near-freezing temperatures, makes them one of the hardiest creatures in the deep sea. 16,000 feet under the surface is also most likely where Cthulhu resides, waiting for the day when he must ascend to the surface and kill all in the cause of evil. He may also keep a few fangtooths as pets, as they are essentially Cthulhu's cats. Fangtooths, unlike other deep-sea fish, can survive in aquariums for a few months. So if you could catch one, you could own a Cthulhu cat. But why would you want to do that? That is a different question. Number 1. Black Sea Devil. The Black Sea Devil anglerfish appears tailor-made for the spotlight, with its gaping mouth, needle-sharp teeth, and somewhat surprised appearance. Indeed, one specific female got her close-up off the coast of Central California when researchers captured footage of this unique anglerfish, the first time this species has been seen alive and in its natural habitat. This 3.5-inch-long black sea devil was discovered around 580 meters deep in the Monterey Bay Canyon by a team utilizing a remotely operated vehicle. The experts were subsequently able to successfully bring her to the surface alive and have been closely watching her ever since. Deep-sea scientist Bruce Robinson of the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute has previously pulled up sea devils from the depths but never with an ROV. He claims it came up in absolutely perfect condition. One of the first things that we got back from ichthyologists was an astonishment at how the fish uses its torso fins to swim, he says. Nobody had ever seen that. Given its size, the anglerfish also looked to be breathing more than usual, according to Robinson. This anglerfish is now housed in a unique darkroom that resembles a walk-in freezer rather than a clean laboratory. However, the gloomy, frigid environment that the Black Sea Devil is used to is replicated by the insulated walls and absence of lighting. How do you feel about the ocean now? What other kinds of monsters do you think are living down there? Let us know in the comments below. Also, check out the other cool things appearing on the screen right now. See you next time.